Should teachers teach pronunciation to their students? How can teachers teach pronunciation? In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about teaching pronunciation. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can get more content like this. Alright? Well, let's go! Hello exam seekers, I'm Patty and today I'm talking about teaching pronunciation. When we talk about teaching English, many teachers focus on grammatical aspects or vocabulary, and they usually take pronunciation for granted. In this video, I'm talking about teaching pronunciation and its importance. Also, I'm going to give you some tips on how to do it. If you think about all the skills you usually learn in a language course, listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary, grammar, functions, and pronunciation, perhaps the one you will remember less of learning is pronunciation. You might remember the teacher interrupting you or your peers to correct a word or a phrase spoken in the wrong way. However, do you actually remember a whole lesson focused on teaching you pronunciation? Well, this should not be the scenario of a language course, mainly because learning about pronunciation features and having pronunciation lessons are likely to be as important as any other skill you learn in a course. If you're not teaching pronunciation, you're not teaching English. Sandy Milling. Still, why is pronunciation such a neglected skill after all? People tend to think that teaching pronunciation is the easiest thing to do. After all, it's not neglected since you are always writing the words that the student is speaking correctly on the side of the board and spare some minutes of your lesson to correct their pronunciation, right? Are you sure that this is teaching pronunciation? Perhaps people still underestimate the importance of teaching pronunciation features because they don't really know that it will make learning the English language easier, since many rules and patterns can be established to make fluency and accuracy in pronunciation more achievable than it may seem. On the other hand, it might be because it takes a lot of preparation to deliver a pronunciation lesson. You need to think about language analysis carefully, decide on the aspects you want to focus on, and how you will contextualize it to students. Nevertheless, this type of preparation is something that pretty much all lessons should have, right? More than teaching students how to pronounce isolated words, teachers can work at the sentence level and help students develop their listening skills. When teachers neglect to point out these aspects, they miss the opportunity to raise students' awareness and make them more independent of their own learning, and compromise the development of the learners about communication in a broader sense. Just so you know, some of the features that can be incorporated into a class are word stress, the phonemic chart, intonation, sentence stress, connected speech, minimal pair, pausing, chunking, rhythm, suffixes and affixes, and the rules that are for stress. I usually deal with pronunciation by combining it with listening. There are other ways you can do it though. For instance, you can work on pronunciation with all new lexes. Integrate it with your lessons. Use chants, clapping, and songs. Say the word in different ways and use exaggeration. Use games, tongue twisters, and limericks. Ask students to record themselves and use different colored pens, dots, connections, errors. There's also the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. Make sure you use it with your students to reinforce the different sounds they hear and pronounce. It might scare some teachers, but it is a great ally when teaching pronunciation. Well, if you want to learn more about pronunciation and about teaching pronunciation, here's a list of online tools to help you work with or teach pronunciation. The Pronunciation Dictionary, Vervo.com. IPA, typewriter for all languages. Phonemic online typewriter. Writing English transcriptions, ProTransEdit. Pronunciation lessons on YouTube. And here is a list of books focused on working with pronunciation. English Pronunciation in Use by Cambridge University Press. Introducing English Pronunciation, A Teacher's Guide to 3 or 3 and Sheep or Sheep by Anne Baker, Jess Chance. Student's Book by Caroline Graham. English Pronunciation Illustrated by John Trim. English Pronunciation for Brazilians, The Sounds of American English by Sonia Godoy, Chris Gonto, and Marcelo Marcelino. If you want to get these books, I'll leave a link for you to find these books online in the description, alright? One last thing, ADRIAN Underhill is a world-renowned ELT consultant and trainer who takes a practical approach to teaching pronunciation in a series of videos from Macmillan ELT. I'll leave the link for you to check his videos here in the description. It will definitely help you learn new ways to help your students work on English sounds, words, and connected speech. Now, what about you? How do you deal with pronunciation in your lessons? Share in the comments below. Well, I hope you now know the importance of teaching pronunciation. I will talk more extensively about these features soon, especially because teaching pronunciation is part of teaching speaking in the ISELT course and other teachers development courses. So stay tuned. However, if you're still in doubt if you should teach pronunciation or not, if you should spare some minutes of your lesson or not on this topic, watch this video. I'll leave the link in the description and then you come back and tell me what you thought about the video, alright? It will definitely change your perspective about teaching pronunciation. Well, I hope that this content was useful for you. And if you want more content like this one, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to like and share this video with the others so that more and more people can get this content. Okay? Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching me and see you next time. Remember that knowledge is never enough, especially about pronunciation. Bye bye. Daily misunderstanding. Would you like a cake to take away? No, I'll just take a piece here if you don't mind. Sorry, what was that? I just want a piece, if that's okay. Sorry, we don't have toilets here. No, I'd like a piece of cake to eat in. Oh, a piece. You mean a piece? Yes, a piece. No, a piece. Yes, a piece. Okay, a piece of cake. Would you like a coffee with that? That's why it's important to teach pronunciation. Bye-bye.